Hello, be welcome to this video. In this video I will explain to you that is a foreign why Brazil, how Brazil became so poor. Okay, you will understand this once for all because I'm a native, lived here over the last 35 years and I know well the problems of my country. Okay, so why Brazil is so poor? Because the last 100 years, since 1920s, 1930s, who were the governments that lead Brazil until the days of today? All the governments, the presidents are leftists, populists. What the left likes? The left likes to spend a lot of money to give benefits, to give social benefits. And that's the problem. When the country is not rich, that is the case of Brazil. Brazil has a lot of natural resource, but what is the point? We have natural resource and doesn't have infrastructure. We can generate jobs. We doesn't have a stable currency. Brazil never was a rich country, and they try to spend to give social benefits. They try to extract things where we don't have. We doesn't have a good, strong economy. Never had. So this makes what? Inflation goes high. Because if the leftist, populist government spend a lot, the foreign market looks to Brazil and what the credibility, what's going on, and the currency always go down. Okay, so that's what happens to Brazil. We had 10 different currencies in 100 years of governments, 10 different coins. USA never had other coin different from dollar. In Brazil we had 10 different coins because this problem I'm appointing here. Populist leftist countries. So the inflation rates caused by the government, the populism caused by the government, makes inflations go high. So this long history of high inflation, inflation affects the poor people, okay? Because inflation goes to the food, goes to the gas, goes to the rent, and poor people suffer more than rich people. So that's the effect the government cause in Brazilian people. Poor people become even more poor, even if the government promise give free stuff to people. Poor here in Brazil always get more poor, and that's it. That's why Brazil became so poor. People here are poor. Another thing that is critical is here in Brazil is very difficult to open business, to hire people. Try by yourself, invest your capital here in Brazil, hire a lot of people, and watch a little bit later the employees going to the court and processing you, going to the judge like you are a criminal for generating jobs. Okay, open a business in Brazil and watch the government suddenly make a shit with the currency and generates a lot of inflation and crisis, and overnight you doesn't have consumers in your business anymore. Okay, Brazil doesn't have infrastructure. Try to open a business and watch the criminals go inside your store and point a gun to your head and kill you. Okay, it's like this in Brazil. Okay, it's very difficult to generate jobs here in Brazil because of a lot of factors that I pointed here and talked about in other videos. So when the money doesn't flow in the economy, everybody became poor. The middle class go a little bit lower and the poor gets even lower. The rich doesn't feel so much because the inflation affects the poor people, okay, and this populism affects mainly the poor people. So Brazil is a good place to you to be a high middle class, okay, and rich. If you are rich here in Brazil, you have an excellent life. But if you are poor in Brazil, you have a miserable life because the purchase power here is so low because of the inflation. The inflation goes with time burning the purchase power of the poor people. Okay, so the guilty of all of this is the government, the leftist populist government, this culture that Brazilian people has of leftism. The state will solve the problems that never changed here in Brazil in 100 years, never, in any period of the history. Okay, so I hope you understand. Put the likes, tap the like button, subscribe the channel, and see you.